Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Low-key kind of feels like a Monday, and high-key happy that it's not. Yes, so we are back. I did a horrible job of keeping on posting, recording and posting schedule the last couple of weeks while it's been so crazy with work and solid core training and all the things. Obviously, if you listen to the last episode, I'm sure you're already like, yes, we actually will unsubscribe if you talk about all of that again. But it has truly been what I have lived, slept, breathed for the last few weeks. So today was probably the first chill-ish day outside of Ava and Natalia fighting and hating each other that I've had in a long time. Well, calm down, long time. The last 2.5 weeks. I still have a lot to do, but the difference now is that it's not all combined in a singular week or day or whatever, because that is why I've been dying the last couple of weeks. Is I had everything happening at one time, and then on top of that, honestly, I was so tired the last time I recorded. I have no idea what I talked about. I'm sure I talked about things I'm going to talk about today as far as work, solid core, all of the things, but other than that, no recollection. Actually zero do I know what I said. So that's fun. Actually, I feel like I was saying be nice to property management people. Was that what I was saying? Anyway, I'm having a mental breakdown and I'm be nice to us. You still should be nice to us, but I feel like that was a lot of the bulk of what I talked about, but I can't really remember. Anyway, what was I about to say? God, starting out strong. First of all, I don't understand why people go to the pool so late. I know I'm saying so late, but it's summer, so the sun is not down yet. But at 8, past 8 o'clock on a weeknight, I feel like there's no need to be at the pool. There's no UV. There's no, you have to wake up for work in the morning. Do you not? Because this person down here should probably, anyway, I digress before I say something I shouldn't say. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh my gosh. I said I would make a list. I don't know, but I'm losing my mind. Quite literally. I just made a video about this because, okay, I'm kind of excited, and I guess my mom and sister can tell me. So a couple of years ago, when I was leasing, so stakes not very high, I made a video about a request that a resident made, because essentially our complex is right by an airport, and it's very clearly by the airport. There is no way in the time that, even if you knew nothing about our area, there's no way that you driving here, parking, going inside, even if you only toured inside the first building and you never even went to the second, and then getting back in your car and leaving, there's no way you wouldn't know that we aren't by an airport, because planes just flying overhead. And I'm assuming it gets to the point where we're just so I don't ever hear planes. Now, if I'm out of the pool because we're outside, I will, but honestly, probably not as much as I think that I do. But in my unit, where I very much could be one of the units that could get it a lot, the sound, I don't ever hear it. You become so immune to it that it just doesn't bother me. And I wouldn't say that I'm someone that's not I'm not super sensitive to sounds, but I do think I think I notice them maybe more than the average person, but not someone as much that's super sensitive to it. But it's not something that sounds, I feel for the most part, aren't something that, oh, see, there's a plane. Now that I'm conscious of it, I can hear it. But I just think that some people are very, very, very sensitive to sounds, and that's fine. Like, there's, whatever. But if you know that you are not going to want that, like, you should probably not pick a complex where planes are literally flying overhead. And people will ask us, like, can you hear the planes? And we are honest and say, yes, like, you can. I mean, because we would be lying if we said no. It's just that I really do think they're just, like, I don't notice them anymore unless I'm, like, talking and actively thinking about them. Anyway, we had this kooky little resident a few years ago that asked if we could call the airport to have them change their flight patterns because the planes were messing with his sleep. Now, mind you, this resident had been there since the beginning, so was already there for like 4 or 5 years at this point when the request is being made. But there was other things going on in their life, so, But I just remember being like, and this is 2 years ago, so I've lived a lot of property management since then, but and it's crazy because when I posted it, like, I've posted videos before, particularly one that did not go to the right side of the algorithm as far as, like, support and nice messages. So I was very surprised when this video seemed to get pushed to all of, like, the property managers and leasing and all of that, because I feel like there are so many people that rent an apartment. There are so, like, fewer of us that actually run them. So I was surprised and, like, delightfully so that it went. And I feel like for the people that didn't work in property management, like, they actually did see that it was a crazy request, because if I called the airport and asked them to change flight patterns, they would hang up on me. It is a little bit above my pay grade, but anyway, it ended up going viral, and I have, like, but see, also at the time, my goal really was, and still is, but, like, I'm a property manager, so even though I'm, like, still trying to promote, I'm a lot more, like, comfortable with where I'm at than I was when I was leasing. So while the stakes weren't high in the position I was in, what I wanted to do, stakes were high. So then I got nervous of, like, is this video going to get to the wrong people? Am I going to get in trouble? Like, and no, but because, I mean, I was, like, not specific. It was just a story. It was not specific about anything like that. But I then was like, this has the ability to be a very good series. And I do think I talked about this on the last podcast. It sounds like I was, like, drunk on the last podcast. No, I was just so fucking tired. I was so tired. But anyway, I was like, I do think that this industry would be so entertaining for, like, a reality show or something like that, but it's so hard because of laws and everything. So I was like, how do I do this series? Because I've been wanting to, like, it actually, that video is, like, going viral right now. So I just kind of, like, like, sometimes the universe, like, nudges you, and I'm like, what, girl? Like, what are you, like, trying to say? Because I know it would hit. I know it would smack. Slap. Not me being, like, old and not knowing lingo. I know it would slap. I know it would do all the things, but, like, not at the expense of, like, my job, because weirdly enough, even though I have a lot of things in my life that I want to do and accomplish, like, I do enjoy what I do on a daily basis, even though sometimes it's a lot. But I never have a boring day. I rarely have a slow day, and I have a lot of entertainment, natural, that I don't have to subscribe to or pay for. So there you go. But today I was the butt of the joke because I, like I said, have been very tired, and I went to a 5 a.m. workout, which is not uncommon for me. I do 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. workouts. Like, that is when I work out, either 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Like, preferably 5 a.m. because then I can like get ready and get down and start doing things, quicker. And it's just kind of like the more time I like have to myself or just have like where the office isn't open yet, I mean, the more productive I can be. So, but today I had to do my second observation class for solid core. So I went at 5 a.m. I observed at 6 a.m. I did my dry bar appointment at 7 a.m. because this month has freaking flown, and I'm like, I only have so many days left to do my second blowout, which is insane because normally I'm like, I have a dry bar membership, but normally I will do a blowout a week. So then I'm paying a discounted rate, but I'm like paying that for like the 2 other blowouts that I do. And I was looking at my phone because I'm like, I think I only went once this week, and mainly just because one time, but 2 because I was like over the weekends doing training. And so I'm like, anyway, it's whatever. I had in fact only gone once this month. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to like go again. So I scheduled for 7, which is perfect because as much as I would love to do my blowouts on like a Monday, it's not the most practical because like if they opened at 6, yeah, it'd be practical. I could go work out at 5, get a blowout at 6, and like still be in the office, earlier because I have like Monday morning reports. But because they open at 7, which is still a very reasonable and nice hour for them because that's early to get a blowout. But because of that, I really can't go on a Monday because I have reports and I can't like I need to get there as quick as possible because Mondays are already crazy as it is. So to squeeze in reports before all of the craziness that I don't even know is going to happen, like I need to be there earlier. So anyway, where was I going with this? My goodness, it's like, oh, yes, content, video, viral. Okay, we're back. So, oh, yes. Hello. We are back. I worked out. I observed. I got a blowout. I was going to make a stop on my way home, and then I'm like, no, I need to just like go and get ready. So I went and got ready. And then, as a property manager, you have to walk your property. Like, honestly, if you're a property manager and you're not walking your property and you're only relying on your team to walk your property, like, shame on you. And I don't mean every day because we don't have the time. We don't have the time. But I am just a big, like, proponent of how can I expect my team to do something if I'm not also going to do that thing? Whether it's maintenance, leasing, like whatever it may be. Like, yeah, I may not want to. Like, I don't honestly want to give a tour. 0. Do I want to give a tour? And truly, if my leasing is there, I'm not like, sometimes people like will get upset. Like, they're like when people come to tour and they're like, so you think that like you're too good to give us a tour? And it's like, so for one, that's why we have leasing. Like, I'm not just sitting in an office twiddling my thumbs. There's a lot of other things that have to be done to run a property. And like, honestly, it's not that I'm necessarily the ones physically doing the things, but like if I don't like get the bids and get them approved and get it scheduled and all of that, in addition to reports, in addition to problems, in addition to the 5 million other things that I have going on, like the property is like truly like, it's not that it's not running because again, like my team and like other people's teams are truly like, I'm so grateful for my team. It's not even funny. I can't even express, like, even when when there's like sources of contention and everything amongst each other, like everyone is seriously like such a good worker, such a just, I don't know, I've worked other places where this wasn't the case, and mine is just like amazing. But sometimes they can't do their job unless I've done my job, just from like an approval or liability or whatever standpoint. So anyway, I feel like you get like what I'm saying. But anyway, also, I'm not going to take commission from a leasing agent if they're there. Like, of course, I have been in situations where I have no one and I'm having to do everything just because of unfortunate circumstances. And clearly, I am never going to not have someone tour an apartment. But if I have leasing there, that's their money. Like, I make a salary. I don't need to take their commissions, like, truly. So anyway, I digress. We're getting out. You're like, I never even said anything about it. It's like just like PTSD and stuff popping into my head. But I do think like whatever I expect my team to do, I need to do. Like if I expect like people to pick up trash off the ground and whatever, like I need to be doing that. Like if it's just, it's all the things. So I was walking, and again, my maintenance, great, amazing, like could not say enough things about them. But we were short-staffed yesterday. Like we only had one maintenance. And I was saying, like, don't even worry about some of these other things. Just like get through what you need to get through. Like we will catch up tomorrow when we're fully staffed. I'm walking. There is trash. There's cigarettes. And I'm not upset at maintenance at this. Like, again, they were short-staffed. Like, one person cannot be expected to get units ready, do work orders, pick up trash, clean this. Like, it's not... I couldn't do it. Like, how am I going to expect someone else to do it? That's ridiculous. So I'm not upset with maintenance. I'm like, people, it is a non-smoking community. Non-smoking. Also, can we throw our trash away? Like, it almost angers me more that I'm like, okay, yes, will maintenance pick it up? Will I pick it up? Well, yes, but then why can't you just do it? Why can't you throw it away? Like, honestly, why do you feel like you are so much better that like you can't throw your own trash away and now they have to pick it up? Like, to me, it's just so disrespectful and self-centered and like all the things, but I digress. I really don't actually digress on that. Like, it's actually fucked up, and stop fucking doing it. Like, throw your fucking trash away and don't be like, oh, well, it's this person's job. Like, guess what? Guarantee you, if you think that's their only job, it's not. And even so, be a decent human being. Like, actually, if it is someone's sole job to pick up trash, like, do better, because that should not like a like trash truck driver, obviously, but like to just pick up your litter off the ground. Like, if we can actually make that a full position, like, go fuck yourself, because they shouldn't be picking up after other people, especially trash. Like, that's so disgusting. And again, so many cigarette butts were not smoking. By the time I finish the story, it's not even going to be funny anymore because I started it so fucking long ago. Victoria, get to the punchline. Anyway, so I'm like seeing all this, and I'm like, I'm heated. I'm like, who do I need to send a violation to? I'm going to send a blast out, like, immediately. Like, I'm going to do all these things. Then I realized I'm at 7-Eleven. I was going to stop on my way to get ready, like on my way home to get ready at 7-Eleven to get my favorite summer yellow Red Bulls. And then I was like, no, because I have a Red Bull in the fridge at work. You don't need to do that. And then I was like, no, but actually really, like, I'm addicted to these yellow Red Bulls. It tastes like Fresca, but like more flavor. And I'm obsessed, and I blame my brother, who doesn't even listen to this. I'm just going to keep saying it until one of these days he like comments or something and says like he listens to it, because fake, JK, but not. But he got me addicted to these. Now I'm literally addicted to them. So then I'm like a freaking fiend, and I get ready and I decide like I have to have the yellow Red Bull. So I drove to 7-Eleven. I walked in and bought them, and as I'm walking out, I literally must have just, I don't know, been disassociating, having a fever dream. I don't know. But like in that moment, like you could not have told me I wasn't already back walking my complex and my grounds. And it was in that moment that I realized I'm not only losing my mind, but like I needed sleep. So instead I drank 2 Red Bulls and here we are. But I feel like that is the key to my series is I can just focus on, like, there's so much in this where I can just focus on myself for content, for property management. And I don't have to worry about speaking on like residents like that or saying too much information. Like there is literally enough that goes on in a day, if not more, for content to be flowing in a way where people are entertained, but also doesn't violate anyone's privacy. So I did post this cigarette story in a much more condensed version on my personal socials. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm optimistic. Because I have really like, it's just hard because I'm excited that like content has gotten to the point where now, do not get me wrong. I love an aesthetic. You could get me, like, that is, like, truly my, like, when they used to tell kids, if the white truck or the white van pulls up and, like, they tell you there's candy, like, they don't have candy, like, you could get me with an aesthetic. I am truly an aesthetic type girly. It's like, it could feed me. It really could. With that said, I do really love that, like, content has gotten to the point where it's a lot more authentic to like people's personalities, because I do just think like we all have a personality and you're not everyone's gonna like or gel with your personality, but there's gonna be so many people who do. And it's like in the same way where I like vibe and whatever with like so many people's personalities, and if I don't think really anything about it unless whatever they're posting is outlandish, and whatever case, like they're probably doing that on purpose as like rage bait, or if they're not, maybe they're just, that's how they are, which is fine. But I just think that I really do like the authenticity, but I mean, I hate to be that person. My job is so much of my life that it's like hard to figure out what to do and what to post and what to say without feeling like you can really, like, I feel like in the moment of 2 years ago when I post that video that went viral, like I was fully just like sharing a story, how I would share a story about something crazy about my day. And when you have these days and then you feel like you can't, like you're walking on eggshells to be able to say it to a potential mass audience, because, you know, it's not like every, like, you may post something that's not going to do anything, but I don't know. So maybe this is the secret. So you'll have to tell me what we think. I did run it past ChatGPT, and ChatGPT thought it was genius. So someone will probably steal my idea because of that, since it's in the ChatGPT universe. But here we are. We are just going to keep chugging along. I'm not as tired as I was the last time that I recorded. I probably already said that like 10 times, but I do start my coaching trainings for solid core. That's the other thing that I've like thought about doing is like because I need to like figure out, this is really truly just like, again, I say it every time. That just reminded me, I need to schedule my appointment with my witch. I say it every time, but I think that this is just my personal diary. And if people listen, you're probably horrified, or you know me, so you already know how I am, or I don't know, but I need because I recorded the video about the cigarette story 7-Eleven story, whatever, right before I recorded this. And like, it didn't take long to film and edit and post. Like, I love routine lifestyle, whatever videos, but they do take so long to like film and edit and post. And like, I wouldn't even say that at this point, like, I feel like we're like, there is a very specific niche. Like, I love to watch a lifestyle routine, like, whatever video that someone posts, like if it's done and edited really well. And I think I do them and edit them very well, but it takes hours. Like, not only once you're done recording did it take hours, but like to film all the little like that takes so long. And as much as I love it, it's a lot of time. And I do want to keep doing it. So it's like I want like 4 like buckets where I'm doing like at least 4 videos a week for my socials outside of like the pod, but like on my personal social. But I'm doing like the property management type video. I'm doing like one lifestyle like routine. I'm doing, I don't know why this is my thing for like the fast cut whatevers, but then it's like I feel like I need like 2 more buckets so I can again like at least record and post 4 times a week. And also it's not just the same thing, because like I'm not just a property manager, or I'm not just like this and that. Like I have a lot, just like we all do, like I have a lot of depth to me or like whatever. But so that's what I'm trying to figure out. And it's a little bit difficult when life and schedules and everything are so crazy, but I feel like right now that I have like solid core and everything done, well, not done, but like my training for the most part is complete, and you know, work is a little bit more cool, calm, and collected, kind of, for as much as it can be. Like I have the time now that I can start figuring this out. Okay, why can't I figure out where this mic is gonna be positioned? Maybe it's just because I'm not, it's like because I like start sitting up straight, so then the mic is at the good place, and then slowly I start like hunching like a freaking, I wanted to say baboon, but like, do baboons even slouch? I don't know. Like that, like one, I don't like watch these, but I think she's like the Bob's Burgers girl, where like she wears like the blue shirt and she's like all choo 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 choo. That's like me right now, and that's why I'm like feel like I start with it, and then I'm moving it down, but then I'm trying to sit up straight, so then I'm like, why is it so low? Okay, like honestly, truly, we should not have a part of the segment of the podcast be me talking about my mic position. That is lame. Also, this mic gives me too many powers. Like this little cheap baby setup right here, you would think I'm speaking at like, I want to say Golden Globes. Isn't that like, is that the one for me? I don't even watch that. Anyway, this mic makes me too powerful for such a little cheap purchase on Amazon. Don't even get me started on the fact, okay, this is dumb. Sometimes, like, do you ever like, you guys should start saying more things out loud. I realize how dumb they sound. Like, that was so negative. You don't say dumb things. Maybe sometimes, but we don't like claim that they're dumb. My husband and I, we started doing like the couples YouTube channel, like when actually like the family YouTube channels were taking off. But I just remember like the thought of like the microphone and then like this little arm thing. Like, do you ever think about the fact that sometimes you thought something was like a big ordeal? Like this little like setup to me at one point was like a big ordeal, because I'm like, okay, but I'm gonna get the mic, but then like the table that I have isn't like high enough to my mouth, so then I need like a little arm thing, but then I have to get the little arm thing, and then I have to like attach the mic to the little, and then you start saying stuff out loud and you're like, that's actually really embarrassing. What's even more embarrassing is I'm gonna post this for people to listen to, like in public. Anyway, this at one point was like very overwhelming. And guess what? All it took was a few, like, once I'm like, okay, like, I'm doing this pod, and whenever I thought about this, if I do this one more time, I'm like actually gonna like cancel myself. This was not like, the podcast wasn't a thing when in the past I've looked for like the mic and the arm and the, like, so when I decide I'm like gonna proceed with the pod by myself, I'm like, okay, we need provisions. And I knew I was going to need this in some context. Like, let me tell you, years of being overwhelmed. You're like, you were overwhelmed by this? I know. It's actually embarrassing. I shouldn't have said it out loud, but I'm like, too late. Can't take it back. Me hasn't even edited this yet and like could fully take it back. But me also knowing that I'm not going to take it out. Yeah, this was like overwhelming. Meanwhile, sometimes free will for like little silly stupid things can be the most freeing thing. Just a few little clicks on Amazon. Microphone. I already knew what microphone I wanted because my husband uses this microphone. Table. I mean, probably was ordered in the span of 15 minutes. It's Prime. Didn't take that long to get here. Started to like really didn't have to do much with the arm and the mic because you just had to attach them to each other. The table was the most time intensive, and I started to do that, and then my husband took over for me, so then didn't even have to do that and didn't even ask. He just like, I guess, decided that me attempting to put this table together was like his cue to take over, and I can put furniture together, but I'm also not going to argue if he's going to do it. Why was I talking about this? Like, it's actually, I don't know. Anyway, free will's cool. Free will is cool because guess what? You get a little itty bitty corner of a little pink mic stand and a chair and a martini to free will. Seriously, sometimes I'm like, why are these thoughts? Okay, speaking of thoughts, don't know if this like ties in. I've been having weird, okay, as someone who has had weird dreams forever, weird dreams, weird reoccurring dreams. First of all, toilet talk. Did I talk about that on a previous episode? I don't know, but what the fuck? Because I literally thought I was a psychopath until all these like people are resurfacing with like this reoccurring. Okay, not only, so I have to add clarification because my mom and Riley, my little sister, are like my biggest, most loyal fans of the pod. Not that like my other family's not. It's just that my mom and my sister are loyal listeners, commenters, like all the things. And it's kind of like dope because like my mom will do YouTube, Riley will do Spotify. Like they kind of like tag team me without even it being planned on multiple platforms. So I get like the views, the likes, comments, like whatever. I think sometimes my mom will like listen and like comment on YouTube because it's easier for her. But then like if she has the time, then also listen to it on Spotify so that like I get the whatever. But like Riley for sure is like on it on Spotify, commenting all the things. My other sister, again, not that she's listened and stuff too. I just think that like, you know, whatever. Hello. Oh, so I don't even know how we got on. Like, I think I had some weird dream either about her or my nephew or like something. So I had to like text her to tell her, obviously. And then we just like got into this conversation about dreams because I think she said like she's like had this. Oh yeah, like she had a weird dream and we were talking about that, and then we somehow got on like toilet talk. Turns out all this time that I'm having this weird fucking dream about like disgusting. If you don't know what toilet talk is, sorry, I talked way too long without actually explaining what this is. So essentially like in your dream, you like have to go to the bathroom and you like go into the available bathroom and it's not only disgusting, like you would never actually, even with like a toilet cover, which they don't have, want to plant your ass cheeks on, but like they also don't have like stalls. So it's basically just like a disgusting bathroom where like we could all see each other, which as a woman is weird because it doesn't happen. Turns out not only is this like a shared dream amongst the masses, but seems to be a very like female, which I guess makes sense because like men aren't gonna have a nightmare about like bathrooms without stalls because you basically don't have them. And also, fortunately for you, even if it's like a fucking disgusting toilet, like no part of your skin actually has to touch it. So anyway, I like grow up thinking like there's like something literally wrong with me in my brain. Turns out my sister's been having the same like she's had the same recurring dream. I actually should ask Riley if she's also had this dream because I could see her also having this dream. But like, hello, we're just like going through life with like weird fucking things that like we're like that are so weird. We're not even like telling the people that are like closest to us, which is wild. But anyway, I've been having like, again, I just told you about toilet talk. That to me at this point would be a normal dream because I've just like dreamed that type of a dream so often. I've been having like just like really fucking weird and also fucking intense dreams lately. Like, and also remembering them. Like I just like literally, okay, because you know how like when you'll like I know I always dream. And then I'm like a lot of times the type that like I wake up and I remember and then like as the day goes I don't, which is obviously like common, like whatever. And then, you know, sometimes you have that dream where you're like, no, like I definitely remember that. But like I'm thinking about the dream I either had last night or the night before. And it was like intense. And like at this moment, I can recall it. And I feel like what is happening in my brain that was the dream I dreamt. I always like felt like sometimes I would be really excited to go to sleep. I feel like when my life really sucked. At times, like I feel like sometimes I was like excited to go to sleep, like not only for the fact that like, okay, I get to escape my shitty life for like a moment, but sometimes I feel like sometimes I would have dreams that were like surrounding the stress I was feeling and experiencing in my normal life, and that I obviously hated. But sometimes it would be like escaping for like a Netflix series for like 8 hours. Like I feel like I would like dream different things, and I was like, this is so much better than waking life. I can't wait to go to sleep. But lately, like I'm almost like I'm not even like doing anything different. So unless it's like, I know that there was just some big astrological thing on the 26th until like December, but like if this is the case, like these type of like vivid dreams that I'm having, I don't want to have for the next, like I know till December. Well, is it this December or is it like going to be until like a different December? But either way, whether it's this December or a different December, it's a little bit too much. It's a little bit, in the words of Natalia, oh yeah, I didn't even tell you guys about, sometimes I laugh when I say you guys because I'm like, hopefully you guys, but for sure Riley and my mom. You know what's annoying that I just realized? Like I literally like wanted to tell Riley a story like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and then I text her like, I have something to tell you, and then she's like, what? And then I like got busy and like didn't even like see it, and then like now I'm like, so many more things have like happened since then, but we're gonna talk soon. And also she's gonna be on the pod at some point, and also I think my brother Holden's gonna be on this next like podcast, virtual, obviously. Well, I say obviously, you're like, I don't know where the fuck he lives, virtually, but he's super fun. He's like a good time. I always say he's like the guy that's like straight out of a rom-com in like the best way. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Natalia and Ava, they like fight like they're literal siblings, except for the fact that Ava's literally younger than Natalia's youngest daughter, but they literally fight like siblings. It's kind of comical. Like the way that Natalia came in my office today and was like, I hate her. And I'm like, who? Because honestly, the list goes on. And she's like, Ava. And then Ava can hear her because she's not being quiet from outside my office. And Ava's like, what? Like, she didn't hear her say, like, I hate her, but she heard her say her name. And they had just, like, argued. And it's just kind of funny because then it's like, you know, they're both venting to me about the situation. And I'm sitting here like, I didn't want children, but somehow I am the facilitator of a daycare. So I just got a notification of probably someone complaining about something. Love that. But anyway, it's been a time. And you know what's funny? All of what I have said in the last couple of episodes is the least interesting part of my weeks, but I literally legally cannot share or speak on some of the other things. You're like, well, these last 2 episodes were boring, so I would hope so, which, you know, to each their own, but I promise the days are never boring. Ew, I just feel like I made a really weird and like scary face there. Well, I think we're going to leave it off here. And yeah, we're going to leave it off here. I'm going to shower. I'm going to get in bed. I don't even know if it's going to be earlier than normal, but I do have a workout scheduled and we're going to hopefully be productive tomorrow. And this is going to be posted and all. Okay, seriously, if you have like, I'm going to try and figure it out. But if you have suggestions just from like watching or listening to me or whatever of like other types of videos that I could post on like short form that I could post on social media that you think like would be good and I could consistently do each week, let me know. If not, that's okay too. But I do like, it's so annoying to say this because it's been like I've done social media like fairly consistently. Oh my god, mother, word of the week. She's like, bitch, I send it to you. She sends it to me. Like, she may not have sent it to me like the last couple of weeks, but also she's like sent me it at least 3 or 4 times before that I haven't even done it. So it's like really on me and I really want to do word of the week. Oh my gosh, what if we do that? Like that would actually be kind of fun. Oh my gosh, she's gonna love that. I have to tell her. Okay, so property management, maybe like if I can get my shit together. Well, you know what I could do? Like I could do like a lifestyle or like routine video, and even if I didn't have time to edit it during the week, I could always edit it on the weekend. Like I will have time to do that. Word of the like week would be super cute. So I really only need 1 more bucket, which I kind of want to do like solid core like, but also like I think what I need to do is I need to make my 4th bucket, unless anyone else has like any good or better suggestions. Like I do want to like, sometimes I feel like I just say the same words. Like, I do want to, I want to, yeah, fucking bitch, spit it out. Like, da-da-da. Oh, hello. I do want to share, like, my experience with solid core so far. So maybe, like, the 4th one is just kind of, like, a miscellaneous. Like, just kind of, like, whatever's going on in my life. Maybe if I have, like, a fun and interesting thought, maybe. So we're going to go with that. But if someone has a better... yikes! Hello? First of all, my mom and my dad, if he like ever catches up, because I think he's really behind on listening to these episodes, but they're both going to be like party foul because now I have like at least an ounce of my martini on my hand. Okay, Mom, I'll text you about word of the week for the socials, and then we can also do it here, because I feel like if I do it on the socials, like I can do it here too. And then Riley, we need a schedule. And then like seriously, this is just my diary and planner at this point. I need to go. I need to be done. I need to like I need to cheers to that, and I keep just like not cheersing to that. Like, you know how like me acting like people are like, no, we're like here. We want to hear more. Like at this point, if someone's like still here, they're probably being like waterboarded to do so. You know how when like, hello, ew, not the mic on my whole lips. I'm like that person, like that